There we go. I want to welcome everybody. Sue and I count it such a privilege that you guys are here. Uh, really, the purpose of this call is to have fun, build community. We have coaches of all different ranges of what you might call success. We do say that we don't strategize for our coaches. In other words, in a sense of we don't tell them where they need to be, but we do ask them to tell us what they want to accomplish. And we really are sincere in that building this community and meeting with you guys is that we want to be able to help you in whatever area we can.
It is a pleasure. Just, I know you can never tell who's going to be on each week, but we just want you guys to spread the word to your coaches and let them know that this is a great way to build community. You don't even have to leave your home, and we just have a great time doing it.
Yes.
Yeah.
What I do want to do is I do want to, before I get started, I do want to recognize a special guest that we have, Linda Dahl. Linda, you can unmute your computer there and say hi. But before you say anything, I would like to say Linda is directly responsible for Sue and I to be in the business, and that she started coaching. I don't even know how many years ago, Linda, but
6.
But in her efforts of bringing many people, getting them healthy, she came across a young man that really needed health in his life. His name was Tim Cox, and he started on the journey to get healthy. Didn't know much about anything, but just knew that it worked for him, and he got his relative healthy, which became also a global director with Take Shape for Life. And then he, in turn, I worked with his wife, and he turned us on to Take Shape for Life, and we became global directors. So, Linda, see what you've done, see what you started. All these people,
amazing
because of you. But Linda is a very special lady, and I anytime any meetings or anything we're at, I take the time to tell her thank you, because she's a very special person. So thank you, Linda.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
And she gives good hugs.
Yes, that's true too.
We've met, we really have met some of the most amazing people, haven't we, Linda?
Yep.
Yeah. So
very much so.
So many amazing people. So.
Well, I try to keep this.
That's what the mentorship thing is so wonderful, because you're not in it alone.
Right. You can always find somebody to help you. Usually if you're not finding the person, it's because you're not looking. And we've been guilty of that as well as anybody else. But I tell you, every time we've reached up in any way, any capacity, they've always been there to help us. And we so appreciate that. Now, I do want to hit on the subject that I hit on last week just briefly, because I've met one-on-one with coaches since then. And basically last week, the planning part of it was, I told people, if you don't plan for your success, you won't have it. So I've actually this week on one-on-ones told them, plan a week. You got to, you got certain things. I tell them, first of all, put your family and things down that you have to get, if you have to work, you have to sleep. Take all those areas, and then I tell them to punch in the leadership call. The leadership call tonight, if you guys didn't get a chance to listen to it, they introduced 4 new presidentials tonight, and next week they're going to introduce 3 more new globals. So this is taken off. In fact, Dr. A was in Washington, D.C. Medifast and Take Shape for Life has received an award tonight for being one of the top 20 fastest growing companies in America. So kudos to them. Mm-hmm. But anyway, so what I say is lay out your week. A lot of times people will tell me, well, I want to give 4 hours to Take Shape, or I want to give 10 hours to Take Shape a week. And I say, show me those 10 hours.
And we talked with a couple the other day about being on purpose. If you wake up every morning and you're prepared, let's say you just listened to the recorded leadership call, or you just read something motivational, and then you go out the door, you're going to be more likely to be on purpose. One of the people we talked to said, I've had a coachship for a while, but I forgot I was a coach. Has this person been engaging? Maybe not. And so we encourage everyone to be on purpose each and every day, because we'll miss opportunities if we're not.
And so in the things I told them, maybe you work during the leadership call, but get it on your calendar, because for me, I still work a full-time job. I'm a global director with Take Shape for Life, but I also have a great job that I work at. I love it. I love doing both. But in that, I also, so sometimes I'll listen to the nurse's call as I drive to work or drive from work. I'll listen to the doctor's calls. I'll listen to the leadership calls. I make sure, even though it's down there at 6 o'clock on Monday night, if I don't listen to it, I see it there and I look for another gap to put that. Maybe it's on my lunch hour. I'll knock out 2 of the calls during my lunch hour. Different things that can be done to really maximize your time. And then, of course, you want to punch in that time of telling people about Take Shape for Life.
And I think what we talked about with another couple 2 days ago was when you pencil in that time, you have to agree with your spouse or just your mentor what your why really is. I mean, what do you really need
Yes.
or want? And no one can decide that for you. We've talked about that before. But really, and it can change. You can alter that. But okay, according to the need that I have or my why, that's how many hours I'm going to devote to Take Shape.
It was so funny listening to the presidentials, the new presidentials night. One presidential, when they got in the business, they were about to lose their house. They got in and they had to figure out a way to make this work, to just make ends meet, where another presidential that was introduced didn't need money at all. But through being a coach and everything, she had high anxiety. It just really stuff that she really suffered from. And all of a sudden it gave her a purpose and a meaning. And now she doesn't suffer from all. So it doesn't matter what walk of life we come to. You can be a success. But I think what Sue said is very, very important. If you don't know, and I've been there before, I'm just coaching along, but if you don't know what you want to accomplish, it's going to be really, really hard for you to get there, because it's like anything. If you don't have a goal, what are you going to shoot for? So, and I know you've heard that time and time again, but it's so true. Plan your week.
Yeah.
So,
And I would recommend everybody listen to the call, the recorded call. It's from 6 o'clock tonight, because
it was good.
the one gal was so demobilized from anxiety and depression that she couldn't even go out the door. And she suffered for many years. And not only can your business grow, but I think, Linda, you would agree, being in the business, we got in at 2008. You grow in your own emotions and your own character. And she said, I used to be afraid of everything. And it made her not want to leave the house. And now she says, speaking in front of people, I've grown so much just by this business, giving me the courage. So, look at her.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
That was so amazing to me, her story.
See, that was just going back from last week's. Now we're going to get on this week's. What I want to talk about this week is we actually have through our line what they call, let me read it right, it's the Spring Healthy Habits, Spring Forth. Craig is actually, Blanchette is actually the one spearing up. In other words, he does all the spreadsheets behind the scenes and stuff. But and I'm glad, Linda, you're on the call, because Linda and I talked, was it Saturday, Linda? Friday? I forget what day it was we talked. But she called me, said, she goes, well, I'm going to have you tell them, Linda, what you told me when you called about the challenge, learning about the challenge now. So.
Well, I went on Craig's training, and the majority of the training that on Friday was about the challenge. And now I have the business down pretty pat, but computers are not my best friend. Let's put it that way. That's why I'm learning it as I go. So as I'm listening to the thing, I'm thinking, oh my goodness, don't shut them out. Keep listening, because I'm about ready to panic at the thought of this. But inside, I wanted to do it. But there was something saying, oh my goodness, I can't. But I did not quit. I listened to it the whole way through and texted him, and he said, well, you're going to do it. And I said, well, maybe not this time, because I only have a week to get ready, and I don't know how to do all this stuff. And his response to me was perfect, because I have a real tough times quitting something if I start something. Okay, so I gotta finish. I can never quit. So he texted me back and he said, why don't you change your verbiage from I can't do it to how can I do it? And I went, oh, okay, maybe so. And then Jackie was on the call. And so I got on the call and called Jack and said, I really kind of want to do this, but I really don't think I can do it, because of
You
the
have
computer.
no-
And he,
Yeah.
yeah, and he came back with, well, I fumbled through. Sue and I did, weren't really prepared for the last one we did, but we fumbled through, and it did amazing things for our business. It was a great experience, and now we're ready, and we can jump right in on this one. I thought, well, I can fumble. So I start, honestly, that was so encouraging, to be that, you know, um, genuine about it. And so I hung up and thought, okay, I guess I'll put one foot in front of the other. And I just literally started going through and watching the videos he is so prepared on this. It's marvelous, the groundwork that he's done. And he has it all set up. There's a video on how to, literally change the background to your Facebook page. Well, I hadn't done that myself. I had made my son do that before. So I did that myself, and I went, wow, this is good. I can keep going. And so I just went through one step at a time, stopped and called Jack again a couple times, I think, and texted Craig a couple times and made it through. It's honestly, I am so thrilled. And I now have a camera on so I can learn to do Zoom. So I'm moving.
That's right.
And excited about it.
And to her point, Sue and I, we were on a 2-week vacation into California when Craig said, "Hey, Jack, you want to do this with me?" And I
The first 28
the first one back in we were in December, and he was going to do it January 2nd or whatever it was. And I said, Craig, I'm traveling. He said, well, I said, you know what, I'll do this. Well, when Sue and I did it before, we did our own.
We didn't do the 28-day like that.
We did the 28-day, Andy.
But not Craig's.
Yes, Craig's.
One time, but I meant before that.
Oh yeah, we'd done other things ourselves.
On our
but
own.
On Craig's, it was like you said, Linda, do the Facebook, do this. So we did it. This is how we did it. We basically sent out little things to our people saying, we're in a challenge, blah, blah, blah. Do you want to do it? And we had 20 people respond saying, we're in.
I think we mentioned the money.
Yeah, we did mention the $1,000 first.
We did mention
but the whole point of it is that we just stumbled our way through it.
Yeah.
It grew our business by probably 22, 23%. We gained coaches out of it. We gained new clients out of it. It was just, and we're reaping the benefits here in March, having one of our best months ever because of stumbling through an event. So I told Linda, if worst comes to worst, stumble through this one because you'll be like us. The next one, you'll be a pro. And so what I want to show you guys now, because really I don't care where you're at. I don't care because on this, what we want to do is we want all you coaches to go out and see who you can get. And let's get back together. Now, this thing kicks off next Monday, okay? You say, oh, my gosh. But if you go out, even if you're a person can only get 3 people, 2 people, 1 people, you need to be in the thing. So you can be. And what we're going to do, we're trying to gather as many as we can. Now, Linda's already got 5 committed and 5 more thinking about it. So she's almost got her own team. So she won't have to worry. But let's say Linda falls 1 person short and one of you only have 1, or maybe you're by yourself. We could slide you into that team and the experience of doing all this work. Now, I want to show you this right here. Can you guys let me know if you can see this? Can you guys see my screen now? All the instructions? Can you guys see that or no? Linda, can you see the instructions on the screen?
I can't see any instructions, no.
Okay, share.
No, I can't see it either.
Okay, share screen with computer sound. Does that do it for you guys? Can you see that? Can you see it now, Linda? You're muted, Linda.
Yes, I can see it.
You can see it. Okay, this is what I want to show you. This is the play-by-play that Craig gives you. And you know what I did? I said, well, I don't know how much of this I can do. But I'm going to start at the top. And I'm not going to go to step 2 until I finish step 1. And I started going down these things and doing it. And there's an email that you can send to your existing clients. There's an email that you can send to your clients that old clients.
It's just spelled out.
It's all spelled out.
But can I add? You don't have to have participants be ordering clients. They just need to care about health. It helps them have an advantage if they are for the weight loss part, but right?
But yeah, you can
Yeah.
you can even join and not have any weight to lose.
Yeah.
It's so structured.
So it's wide
the
open.
studying, reading Dr. A's book. But I tell you what happens: people that get in, and Craig had the same thing happen. People that get in didn't have the food. We told them they need to get the books, but they got in, and what happens to them? They start reading that. Well, maybe I will order 1 month. That's what it is.
And they
I'll
did.
order 1 month.
That's what
And
happened.
then now they're clients today. So
Yeah.
that's why I say, even though you look at, oh gosh, this starts next Monday. That just like Linda said, Linda spent today, a little bit the other day, but today just plowing through all this. She got I see your webpage, Linda. It's all up, ready to go. Looks good. So these instructions, you say, well, where do I get these? Well, you can, if you email me, and you guys should all have my email address because I emailed all of you. But if you email me, I'll add you to Craig's page by your email. And this will be so beneficial to you to do this. I don't care if you're a little bit successful, whatever. It'll give you such confidence. It'll give you such confidence.
Yeah, and everyone begins to root everyone on. It's just really exciting and a lot of community. And that's what the business is about.
Now, another thing we're going to do, and this is going to be Linda, she gets her team of 10. We're going to have Zoom meetings for all our teams. And all that's for is we started that. We didn't, and believe me, I'd never even done a Zoom ever. And we started with our clients last time. They become the tightest knit group. In fact, Janice, you were on one of the groups there, and you built friendships.
Yes.
And they encouraged one another. They built one another up. And so I guess I'm trying to give you a sales pitch tonight. No matter where you're at in your business, try this. What you're going to have, we picked up 3 new clients already just by putting it out there. It was from an existing client that was a referral, and we put it out there. It's truly amazing with technology. Your page can go to a lot of different people, because what we ask our clients, are you going to be on the contest with us? And they go, yes. We ask them, well, would you go ahead and put the event on your page? So if we have like 1,000 friends, and then one of our clients say they'll do it, well, their friends normally are not even our friends. Most of our clients, we don't know that, as personal friends. But they will put on their Facebook, they're reaching out to 200, 300, 400, 500 of their friends. And so it's very, very powerful.
This has been so great for us that every 3 months we want to do this. Actually, we're going to do it 3 times a year, not every 4 months. Give it a rest. We find if you do it every quarter, it burns out. But if you give it about 4 months, do it a month, give 3 months of rest, it really works. Yeah.
Good.
So,
any questions?
Jack, can I ask you, when we're talking about the team huddles that we have for once a week with our teams, do you put all the teams together, or do you have a huddle for each team?
Each team usually has its own huddle. Now, what we did, because we had 2 teams last time, we put ours together. And you're going to have.
So if you just have 2.
Yeah,
you can do it together.
And again, I haven't made that decision this time, but I might to huddle them separately, because again, the huddle's not an hour long. The huddle is generally 15 minutes, 20 minutes. But one of the things in this thing, if people that get in, you have to let them know, because the rules are very strict. They start off by taking a picture of their self standing on the scale, and they send in a picture of themselves.
Of their feet and the numbers.
Yeah, and then they take a picture of themselves forward or sideways, and they send it in. And then you, as whoever's coaching the team, and I say that because some coaches only have 1 or 2 people, so they'll probably be on a team rather than a coach of a team. But so they'll send that in, and then whoever's the coach of that team takes those 10 people and turns, and there's a sheet, very easy. We just plug it in the sheet, save it, and send it to Craig. He plugs all the team into his spreadsheet. It's very manageable. When I first looked at it, because there was a spreadsheet for the client, there was a spreadsheet for me, and there's a spreadsheet for Craig. I looked at that and said, "Oh my gosh!" Well, Linda, you see the training.
That was my response too until I looked at it.
I thought, oh my gosh! Then he said, "Well, first of all, the clients are responsible for this one, so that I don't have to worry about that one." And then he said, "Like, you coaches will be responsible for this one." And this other one, which really looked hairy, that was Craig. So I thought, well, if Craig knows how to take care of that one, I surely could take care of mine. So,
can you touch on the captain versus the?
Okay.
Who's the team captain? How's that work? How does that?
what really kind of got confusing, and again, we flew by the seat of our pants. We didn't even have names for our teams, and then the name changed in the middle of it. It was so we had people on the wrong teams. I mean, we just didn't know. I mean, so
we're all, so Craig was learning. We were all learning.
So what happened is the coach, like on our teams, the coach is going to be me. I'm going to be the coach of the team. I might be the coach of both teams. Sue might be a coach of one. I might be a coach of one. But we also have team captains. But a team captain is just your raw person. He or she is the one that keeps it going on Facebook. We have a special. We create Zoom meeting rooms for them to come into. I mean, not Zoom, but Facebook meeting rooms that only the 10 people, the 11 people can come in. It's private, so they come in, they encourage one another, they build one another up, and so it's very, very, very good. So, any questions? Boy, don't look at me that way.
The death stare.
You guys keep this up. I'm taking my shirt off.
No, you're not.
Well, this is a really basic question, but you know, when we go to send ours in, we just attach it to an email and send it in.
What you do is
after you fill it out,
the coach tracking sheet, you save to your computer as 28 spring 28-day challenge where you can find it. You want to and when people turn in their numbers the first week, which would be
you fill it in
14th. Well, because the pictures you don't turn in, but you punch. I guess you could punch in their start weight and stuff, but really you don't turn it until after the first week. Then you save it when you put them, save it, and then you send Craig an email and you attach to that email and he plugs it in.
Okay, great.
Okay. Well, I hope this inspired you guys to really get out and do this. Like I said, no matter what stage you're at, this will basically energize.
Breathe life.
Yeah, it will breathe life, and it gets fun. Again, so many times we turn this coaching into business, and all of a sudden we're not having fun anymore. And I've done it, and other people have done it, but we always have to stop and say, why are we doing this? Really, the basic thing is we're trying to change people's health. And so if we really mean that, then if we go and get one person healthy this month, then we did good. But so
it only
had fun.
Yeah, and it only takes finding healthy-minded people.
Yeah.
And $1,000 prize, and you can kind of explain it's 28 days, and it'll be a great exposure to Take Shape. There was one other thing I was going to share too. Lost it.
Yeah. It's one of those
senior mode.
age. Senior mode. But anyway, we'd love to.
I know what it was.
Oh.
Craig has installed a new thing where you can go on his page and see who's in the lead.
Yeah.
Like it'll have the names of the teams, and it'll have like a horse race kind of chart.
So think of, if you're doing a whole team, think of a name for a team. Yeah. Also, we sent these out today too. I don't know if you guys can see them. Probably not very good. But those are letters, again, right there. Craig has them all there, and they're just letters to the people that said they're going to be on our team. So what we did, we sent it out to them. It said, hey, thank you for joining the challenge, everything. Gives them all the rules, what they've got to do, and all you have. That way you're not sitting, 11 times, 12 times, 20 times, telling them all the instructions, And
it looks professional.
Yeah, it looks really
for your
good.
non-Take Shape for Life friends that will be clients one day.
Yeah. Okay, with that, one of
the things that I wanted to say is my niece, who is a health coach with me, she's back in Minnesota. And of course, they're kind of out by themselves. So when you can do a community thing, it really helps everybody. But she had a new coach that only has one client. And she said, okay, she didn't know what she was going to do with that. Her coach didn't. And she said, well, get it on Facebook and then we'll go from there. She got it on Facebook. She had 7 people reply to her. She has 1 client right now. Yeah. And see what that's doing to her business, which is helping Sue's business, which is helping my business, which is helping
Hi, Janice. Welcome back.
Okay. So
very good.
And that is just that you just don't know the power of the Facebook post. I mean, it is a powerful thing. But again, I just want to encourage you as much as I can. Give this thing a try. I guarantee you will not be dissatisfied. You have to put a little work into it. Last time we just called all our existing clients, and the important thing we asked, do you have a buddy that wants to do this with you that will want to be on your team? You guys can team up, and because you got to realize it's a team of 10 that you got to get, and again, we'll fill the team. We'll get them filled in like that.
Even Craig will help.
Yeah,
fill teams.
We'll all help.
If, let's say you have one person, we don't want you to not do this because of one person.
As the coach, that's what I was going to say. As the coach, you have to pay their entry fee. For the client, it's free. There's no charge. They can win their team can win $1,000, which means they can win $100 each. But to them, it's free to get in, and it's just a wonderful thing.
To the non-client,
it's no clients. Everybody, it's free. The coach pays for all entry fees. Okay.
Any questions?
Any questions? Raise your hand.
How much are the entry fees?
$10 per person.
Okay.
At last contest, we had over 300 people who had $3,000 in prizes. We don't keep any of the money. It all goes back to the individuals, which is great. That's what it should be. Kim Fisk, which this is kind of, we say we stole it from her. She really gave it to us. But they're doing $10,000, $15,000 things now. It's grown to that kind of thing. That's just, well, you can see it. One of your coaches gets involved. They have one client this time or two. Next time they get a whole team for themselves. Then all of a sudden, some of their clients become coaches. They go get a team. It just mushrooms like crazy. So that's why I say get in as big as you or little as you can and try this thing. It'll really make a difference in your business. So, and Facebook's a wonderful little tool. So,
yeah.
All right.
Any other questions?
If you guys want to get the link to the instruction stuff on Craig's page, just email me, say, Jack, put me in there. What I'll do, I'll put your email address in there and it'll send you an invite to the page if you're not already there. So, okay. Any questions?
Well, I guess the question I have is I'm really not a Facebook person.
Yeah.
I've purposely not gotten involved with Facebook. So I got so much stuff on Facebook that I changed my Facebook to the only friends that I have on Facebook are the Millers because I just want to get their stuff. But
yeah,
otherwise I had every time the Millers would send something out and I had other people as my friends, other coaches, I would get what they sent out. I get everybody's responses. I get all these emails that I had to go through. I bet I had 100 of them a day that I had to delete. So I changed my Facebook so that I don't have any friends.
Yeah.
I just didn't have the time to go through and deal with all that stuff.
Well, I know what you're saying, and it's kind of like, put up with a little bit of the trash to reap off the harvest, and so not everybody's Facebook people. They're just not.
You bit the bullet this last year.
Yeah, I
He wasn't going.
And I'll tell you, I'm not a real hardy Facebook person. My wife will say, "Hey, did you see so and so sent you a message?" I go, "No," and so I'm not on there anything, but I see the value of it, and so. But this could be done, Facebook aside. This could be done by
email.
Yeah, your email. There's letters there. You can email
or call.
And calling's the best. We call all our active clients.
Do you know one of the reasons that I really like Facebook is, one, it allows me to have a private client page. And it shows I have a health club page. It's called Health Club. And that's where we ran a lot of our contests out of and things. But not only did I have that, I had old high school buddies see me on Facebook because I made it public. And I don't publish stuff all the time about Take Shape because I'm a mom, I'm a friend, I'm a Christian, I'm a lot of things. And so I try and change it up. And Kim Fisk says that too. Don't overload with Take Shape stuff. And I know what you're saying. But I want people to come on my page because I inspire them to do better in their life, not just lose weight. Yeah. And so I think if you balance it out, and I don't accept everybody who's got before and after pictures. I don't, or I'd be having that all the time.
But
You
you're
know.
right. I mean, it's
You
a
know, I
balance.
just-
It's a balancing act. Sometimes it's
Yeah.
overwhelming. Just like it used to be emails. Emails used to, and it's, to some extent it might still. Now a lot of the company does a lot of the emailing for us, so it makes it easier. But being in the Miller organization, and I'm on Brian Drawlinger's email, which he's above the Millers, and so there'd be time with the company
You get
would
a
put out
lot.
an email. I would get 5 emails
Mhm.
because Tim Cox would send it to me, Dan Malman would send it to me, the Millers would send it,
Mhm.
the Drawlingers, and then the companies. I'd get 5 emails, exact emails of the same thing. And it was like, oh my gosh, but I'm building a business. And so I was just able to spit out the sticks. You know what I mean?
Is it worth it?
Yeah, and
You gotta
now
ask
it
yourself.
has gotten better. And I think
Yeah.
Facebook's actually gotten better.
Yeah, I do most of my business from Facebook. I'll be
So-
honest with you.
So,
So
all right. Hope that helped.
Well, I'm open-minded to learn more about it, but that's been my experience with Facebook, is that I just got so much stuff from Facebook that I just quit.
Yeah.
Because I would literally spend an hour to an hour and a half every day deleting about 100 different notifications that I got on Facebook, and it was all the same stuff from all different coaches, and some coach would make a comment and everybody would comment on their comment, and I'd get everybody else's comment, and pretty soon I had 200 notifications from Facebook, and I would literally spend an hour a day just getting rid of all that stuff.
oh, that's a
I
lot.
don't care what Mary Jones in San Diego says about Sue Smith's comment in Houston that she's got a new coach. I mean, what do I care? You know,
You can block notifications too.
Yeah, there's tools that you can have, because I see your frustration, but I don't have hardly any of that.
well, I got to figure out how to do Facebook
You know,
then.
and that's the
Yeah.
thing.
On your settings.
Don't give up on it. Make it your tool instead of
Mhm.
Yeah,
being,
make it work for you.
Yeah. So,
But settings, just goof around in the settings and it'll say who can notify me. Only friends.
Yeah.
Just
Only friends, and that's what I did. So the only friends I have are the Millers, because they're the only ones I want. I get all my Take Shift for Life notifications from them.
okay.
you're not going to get anything.
I'm not going to get nothing now.
Nothing.
So if I make other people my friends, then I get all these notifications from them, and I don't want them.
Yeah, I
I
understand.
don't have time to go through all that stuff.
Yeah. Well, it's just a matter of choosing. I mean, we're just like we don't set goals for people. We don't tell people how to grow their business either.
Yeah.
So
Just
I'd like to take advantage of Facebook, but I don't know how to do it. And
yeah,
that's all I had was that experience of all it did was take up my time.
yeah.
maybe
And I didn't have the time for it to take up.
Maybe we'll
So
talk.
if there's someone I can talk to, or there's some suggestions I can get as specifically how to use Facebook,
Okay,
I'm up for that. I'm not close to it. I just
Woods.
Doug Wood
Not
or
Doug, but his wife,
Thea.
Thea Wood.
Yeah.
Excellent. And Kim Fisk is excellent on
But
Facebook.
in the local level, I would say Craig is excellent too.
Yeah, Craig's good too. So.
I mean, those are the top 3 that I would say know much more than we do.
Or Linda.
She's muted.
I
think.
know, but you see her eyes get big when I
Yes.
said her name.
But Craig Blanchett it would be probably the guy you'd want to get a hold of. Just tell him you're on the Zoom call and you had questions.
Yeah.
He'll turn you on to material, I'm sure, because there's been
or
teaching.
he'll tell you the settings to where
Yeah.
you can stop all this.
Yeah.
Stuff. Well, we've been about 30-something minutes.
all right.
You guys, so if you have any questions, any comments you want to make, anything at all, well, I hope this was inspiring to you. I know that it can be overwhelming, as Linda contested to, that it's overwhelming. But even if you only get halfway through it, you'll be halfway to where next time you'll go the whole way. And it's really, if you just set your mind to it, like Linda and I did, and just plow through it. The first time I put the banner up, I put my picture over the banner so you couldn't read the words. So that's no good. And Craig said, you got the wrong one. I go, oh. So, but it's things like that we learn. So, all right.
And you might have had another question.
Any other questions, guys, before we turn off?
Did you get the names written down there?
All right. Okay.
I got Craig and Kim, and who was the other one?
Thea, Thea Woods.
You would. Okay.
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 All right.
And maybe Don and Jonathan can help me with that too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If not,
Always go to your upline
Yeah.
and let them help you, because that's the ones that, which I know they want to. So
Janice.
Well, I'll see if I can find a way to set that up so that it's
absolutely.
said it works better. Obviously, it's a way to generate business, and
Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I'm not taking advantage of it because I just had such a bad experience with it.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. So,
yeah,
great.
exactly. Well, I'm glad you're open to at least seeing if something will work for you.
All right.
Absolutely. If it's going to grow my business, I'll do it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's right.
All right.
Janice,
Is
are
it-
you? She's out.
All
Janice,
right.
All right.
nice to meet you.
Okay.
Yes, nice to meet you.
Okay. I'm going to stop the recording and we'll see you guys next week. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Good night,
Bye-bye.
everyone.
Thank you.
All right.